Hello. I wanted to talk to you this afternoon about our infrastructure and the money that we're spending on it. I want everybody to know that I'm all for infrastructure. I think we should have world-class infrastructure. My issues have to do with how we get there and how much it costs. I'm disturbed by the latest example, which is our amphitheater. I just got done looking at the schedules and I don't see any performances for our newly finished amphitheater. I question its location. It is in an old detention pond directly next to City Hall, and it's lacking parking, which is not really appropriate for an entertainment venue. My biggest problem, however, is how much it costs. I've spent years now trying to get information from the town regarding the costs of various projects. It was included in my requests. I have many dozens of outstanding Freedom of Information Act requests regarding budgets, costs of the production of everything from our roads to our sidewalks to our amphitheater. How much did it cost? What were the bids? And in the end, how much taxpayer money was used to create it? So far, after over a year and a half of making these requests, I have not received any information back on any of that, which they took after my request. They stalled for an extended period of time and then went to the state's attorney general saying that I wanted the information as pre-discovery in the lawsuit that they filed against us. What the amphitheater costs and what the lawsuit's about, I don't understand how there's any correlation at all. However, the Attorney General said that no, they wouldn't have to release any of that information. So I went ahead and asked for it during discovery in the lawsuit. Their attorney said, no, we don't need to release that information because it's not relevant, which was kind of my point to begin with. But anyway, after all this time, still no disclosure. And the reason I'm suspicious is I was talking to some of the gentlemen building it. And I asked about the large limestone blocks that were used for seating. And I was curious because it looks like a really nice product. It looks like a good use. I would like to use it on some of my projects. So I priced them. The gentleman I talked to on site said, oh, they're very expensive. Okay. I can purchase those for between $65 and $80 a piece. Not what I call very expensive. Good quality. But I'd be really curious to see what the citizens of Hickory Creek paid for those limestone blocks and setting them in place. And it's like that with a lot of stuff around town. I look at the work, I look at what we're getting, and because there's no disclosure about the costs, I get worried. And most recently, they passed an ordinance last month, as a matter of fact, that restricts all of that data to our engineering firm Health. Used to be the bids would be produced and would be available in the city archives for review. Now, the bids will be received by Health and kept in-house at our engineers facility, and the town council will only be given the information about what the low bid is, according to Health. So there is no more transparency. There is no more ability to research the raw data. All of that has been restricted by the actions of town council. And we've seen an earlier example, some of Health's work, which seems like a recipe for waste, fraud, and abuse. Allegedly.